Alright, let's warm this place up then. I've done enough research on these things now, I think. I've watched tons of videos on them. I'm sick to death of thinking about them, to be honest. So time for me to just get stuck in and have a go for myself. So I've had a good look round under the van and I've decided this is the best spot for me, I think, around here. I've got myself one of these turret things, 40mm deep one. That's going to sink into the floor, about there somewhere, hopefully. And I've gone for the 5kW diesel heater. 5kW, that's going to live on there. Sits in there nicely, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, I've got myself a nice new hole saw, look, especially for the job. The big boy. Got 22 quid just to cut one hole. Bloody hell. Oh well, it's all good fun in it, I suppose. So I'm just double checking here, triple checking before I do anything drastic. Yeah, let's go for it. Nearly there. Oh, nice. But I tell you what, I was expecting that to be a right pig of a job, you know. But that hole saw went through no problem. Just a bit of light pressure, no problem at all. Yeah, fantastic. 22 quid well spent there. It's just the air bower one from Screwfix if anybody was interested. Really good. Right, I'll get a bit of hammerite on here, I think, on these edges. Right, I'm going to use some of this fire seal mastic, heat resistant stuff, just to go around the inside of the hole, seal all the wood and the foam and everything. Seems to make sense. Just put a generous amount on and just scrape it back. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's done the job. Right, I'm going to let that dry overnight now. I'll come back to this tomorrow, I think. Sign out. Yeah, I bought some better quality Jubilee clips as well. I didn't like the ones that come with the pack, they was too flimsy. Got some good ones here. Yeah, I'm just lubing up this exhaust pipe with some of this fire gum. Never used it before, but it seems to be a good product, so I thought I'd better use it. Alright, just a quick word on these intake pipes. Now, because this black pipe is so thin and fragile, you could be a bit concerned about it getting damaged under the van, or I was anyway, and I couldn't really find a better alternative to use instead. So my obvious thought was, can I just use a second exhaust pipe instead? But if you look closely on the diameters of the inputs, they're very slightly different, so a second pipe wouldn't fit like that anyway. So what I did, I just got a second black air intake pipe, you can see here. Cut it down the length so it opened up. And use it kind of like a sheath. Wrap it round, cable tie it on, and Bob's your uncle. I know it's not the most robust, but it's kind of a second layer at least. So that's what I've gone for. If you've got a better way of doing it, or a different option, let us know. I'm all ears. Right. Am I ready to put this in? Yeah. Right, this will be fun. We're down, that's it. Oh, that's it, we're down. Okay, right, let's have a look at this. Yeah, that'll go there. I think that's fine. I'm just making this up as I go, to be honest. Yeah, where's my drill? Right, just a quick one. I've ended up putting this middle partition up here, look. Painted it white, tidied it up. Because I need to box this fencing now on this side. I'm going to make a little box around it. Keep it as small as I can. And that'll protect it and hide it away. So I'll just go see what bits of wood I've got for it. Yeah, little box. Right, painted it white, looking tidy. Fits nice. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'll get that screwed in. Right, quick look at this before it gets boxed in. So we've got a batten on the wall. That's got some electric tape around it just to protect from heat. The battens on here, silver tape on that one, and then the fuel line. I've just wrapped the fuel line in some silver reflectics down to there. Just to protect it a bit. Now it's ready for boxing. This has all got silver on. That's gonna live there. I'm going to try and get this in position. Right, this is where I'm up to. Yeah, so that's it essentially. Got a hole in the back there, coming in. A hole at the top. And then I've got myself, I've done it in a ring so I've got a bit of slack so I can pull and push, and that'll that'll keep out the way when I get it tidied up. So yeah, ultimately it's gonna sit like this. So I've got the angle, I just need to suspend it and pad it round so it doesn't move. But I've just remembered there's also the electric plug to think about. The wire needs to come in for it, so I might just make a notch in the door, in the little door flap there. Make a notch there, come in, click onto that. I think that's the best way to do it. Yeah. So I've just plugged the electrics in and I'm just pulling some fuel through now. So that's starting to fill up. But yeah, there's nothing really. There's a few drips on this side. So it still needs a bit more. I'll do another 20 seconds, shall I? Yeah. Are we ready? I think so. Oh. Right, the fan just kicked in. Glow plug. What happens next? Oh, it's doing something now. Yeah, it's warm, it's warm. Yeah, brilliant, I think. Everything's working great. I've got it on the lowest setting now, and that is lovely. That is perfect. And that's on the lowest setting. It's not that bad. That boxes really helps. Once all this goes on as well. It's not bad at all. That's on the lowest setting. Let's just take this off. Right, now I know it's all working. I think I'll switch her off. And I can think about finally finishing everything off. Let it do its cycle. Leave it until it's ready. Yeah, all good, all good. Okay. Final diesel heater run through. See where I'm at before it gets closed up. So box in there, got the box for the pump, got the angle wrapped in a microfiber cloth, cable tied on, stuffed a bit of the bottle insulation around it just to keep the angle so it doesn't move, and it can't really move because the pipes are coming in and out on the right angle, so it's kind of suspended in the tiny notch there for the electric cable. That's worked nice, so that goes in there. This is coming out of here. I've tried to stuff that hole with loads of foam and carpet and things to keep that. And then I've basically just got the fuel pump here, the fuel line. I've done a loop. I've got a loop going here. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I've got a loop just to give me some slack so I can loosen it. If this box ever has to be pulled out, I can loosen this, and I've got some slack to play with there on the fuel line, and it'll come out a good maybe foot or so for me to play around. So that's tied up in a loop, and I've got a couple of bungees. Kind of keeping it suspended, if you like. One up to the top there, and it's not too tight, but it's just keeping it hung nicely so it can't move. It's not really touching the bed or the wall or anything. Yeah, some more bottle stuff just at the back just to keep it in place, really. It can't touch the wall, it can't move, it doesn't move side to side, it just keeps it where it is. It's good, I think. Yeah, the fuel pump wire here, I've got the excess just wrapped in there, wrapped in a bit of carpet to make sure it doesn't rub on anything. And then that just goes down to the side. And then, yeah, we've got the wiring, which I've kind of just been finishing today. The main plug's in there where it plugs into the wire loom. And again, I've just wrapped it in a bit of Reflectix just to protect the full thing, just when things get stored in here and bags and shoes and whatever, nothing can hit it. So I've got it wrapped up together with the red and black positive negative. I've put in some trunking, that's in the plastic conduit, and then that's going up wrapped into the fabric cloth, and there's a couple of wagos in there, so red into red, black into black, coming from the fuse board. There's a 3mm thick wire there from the fuse board, red to red, black to black. So that's the electrics, and there's also the controller wires in there as well. This one, that's going up, that just runs along there. I've had to take this board off to get it all in and everything today. I'll give that a coat of white paint as well. Yeah, and the controller wire nips through there, nips through out the back of here, and I've got it popping up through here, and I've decided to have it there. I think that was the best place for me. We'll see. I've got some foam going to go on here, like a backrest, so I think that's a good spot. We'll find out one day. So that's routed nicely there. Yeah, over on this side, I've just got a bit of conduit on the fuel pump there. I noticed this black conduit made more of a noise on that loop. I had some on there, and it turned out it was a bit more noisy with it on than it off, so I ended up taking it off there and leaving it loose. But on this side of the pump there isn't the vibration, it's only on the far side once it comes out. This side doesn't vibrate like the far side does. So I've just put some on there. Yeah, and this runs under here. Filter, I've got a sponge behind there, even though it doesn't really bounce or anything, but I've got it nicely cable tied to a, just trying to keep it suspended really. Instead of screwing it to things, I've tried to kind of hang it. Again, I've just done a loop there. Gives me a bit of slack, I can remove that if I needed to. And then it gives me a bit of slack if I ever need to move this off. I can pull, I can loosen this and get some slack on the fuel line. And I've just put some conduit, I had some left, so I put some conduit over the fuel line here. And that's tucked just in this gap. And then it runs along into the wardrobe side, through there, and it runs into that white conduit. So it's kept it really nice and tidy. As you can see, it just runs into the conduit and it goes out the side of the wardrobe there. And that's where the tank is housed. In this little gap here. Just fits in nicely there. So the fuel line comes out of there, and again I've got a bit of slack on that. I've done a loop down the back and it's just tucked down there nicely, so I've got some slack on it if I need to pull this out a bit, which is always good. So that's where the fuel tank's going to live. Now then, so that obviously doesn't look very good to look at, and you don't want anything whacking it or hitting it or anything. So I've made a little panel which is going to hide it all nicely and keep everything protected. I think that's going to go there somewhere like that. And then over here, this is the front of this. That goes in there, covers this up nicely. That's going to go in there. That screws in. I'll do it now, actually. I'll do it now. Here. So that's that done. And then to hide this little mess here and keep it protected as well, just made another little panel. I've just got the fuel pump wire coming out the side there, so I've left the carpet long, and that's just gonna tuck in there, about there, I think, somewhere like that. That just sticks onto there nicely, and yeah, that's what we end up with. So I've got this side open, which I think will be okay. That's obviously for the air. I didn't want to block this side off. I think he can do, to be honest, but I didn't want to. It just seems a bit daft to block it off. So it's got plenty of air. Yeah, so I'll get that. I'll just get that on now. Goes on there, and that just tidies that up. Right. So yeah, that's my diesel heater install. That's the best I can do, I think. Not sure what to do there yet. That's to be decided. Figure that out. Don't know if something's going to go there. But yeah, I think that's not too bad an effort for a first timer. Right, I'll sign off on that one.